What's up, everybody? And this is your friend, your boy, Johnny E. First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody. Friends, what's going on, brother? That's my cousin. Yeah, man. So what's up? But first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody who had accepted my invitation to sit down and talk. Especially spending so much time in the military. A lot of my friends are active duty and veterans. And we always talk behind closed doors. We always talk separate. But they're all doing amazing stuff, and I think it was a good way to get together and say and listen to some sea stories, and then share a story with each other and try to learn now as a veterans, what are we doing in the civilian world? Because as you know, it could be very difficult for a lot of us, especially people who spend a lot of time in the military. The civilian world is a little bit different. So it was a great opportunity when I sit down and say, you know what, let me sit down and reach out to some of my brothers and sisters and say, hey, let's sit down and chop it up and talk and see what's everybody been up to and what they trying to do and accomplish. Let's just share our ideas and business concern, job opportunities, anything we can with each other and see what's going on. So it's with that I invited my first guest on my platform. Now I'm streaming in 2 different platforms right now. I'm on my main page and I'm also on my business page, which is the Johnny Eliasin. I use that page for my traveling, for my podcast sometimes, and I also use it to do different type of things related to content creation. So, but today my first guest for this series that we're doing is called VETS Talk. It's Burr, Cornelius Burr. Man, if that brother here, I say his name the wrong way, he's gonna be pissed off. But anyway, so let's bring him on and let's talk a little bit. Brother, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Thanks for having me on the show.
Man,
happy to be here.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Well, you know, you're my first guest, so I decided to do this series, right, called VETS Talk. You know,
okay.
You remember our time in Mayport. We've been through a lot of stuff together, you know. Some crying moments, some fighting moments, some laughing moments. And just like that, and everybody go their own way. And you get to the civilian world, it's a different story. You know, that brotherhood that doesn't exist really. When you got in the business world, it's totally different. And I said, you know what? I wonder, am I the only one feeling that way? So I start talking to some of the vets and some of on my neighborhood. I got older vets, they're like 70s, man, 70s, 80s. And then I realized that a lot of them miss a lot of opportunities back then, because like one of my neighbor, he never did a VA benefits thing. So he retired from the Air Force. So, and this man is in his 70s, and he's telling me he never did it. And when he get out, he felt like he was healthy, and that's it. But now, heart problem, high blood pressure, diabetes, you know, and a lot of things. And now he's trying to do it, and try to find some records for way back when.
Oh, I imagine that's tough.
But it's tough. And I decided, you know, I was talking to him and give him some ideas and say, hey, let's go to Lake Nona. Let's go see somebody. Let's talk to somebody. And he said, man, why don't you do, because you know I do those content creation stuff. I said, why don't you do like something where you talk to vets and see if everybody on the same page and share ideas and see what's going to happen. And that's why the idea come about. So I said, you know what, let's do it. So I decided to do VETS Talk. So when I reach out to you and I said, Burr, hey, this is what I'm doing, man. Do you want to be part of it? And you're like, hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
So tell us,
happy
man,
to be a part.
What you been up to, man? How many years it been? First of all, how many years it been since you retired, man?
A little over a year now. Retired January 2020 was my official last day. Well, 31 January. And since then, I've been doing real estate full time. And also over that time, I gotten home inspector license and also notary license as well.
Damn.
So
you're doing it big.
been out here. Yes, trying to get it.
Trying to get it. But
Yes.
listen, tell
So-
me the story. Tell me, how did you end up joining the Navy, man? What happened?
Well, originally I was going to join the Marine Corps.
Hell
And,
no. I love my
yes.
brother Marines, man.
And because I did Marine Corps ROTC, and I had a heavy influence with the ROTC instructors there,
Yeah.
and all the way up through my delayed entry process, I was actually Marine. So one day, while walking out to the car, I was getting ready to leave school. The Navy recruiter just randomly stopped me and asked me, hey, what are you doing? And I told him join the Marine Corps. And he said, why do you want to do something stupid like that?
But don't you start that war, man. You know those Marines gonna get on me now.
No. No, that's what he said to me. Why would you want to do something crazy like that? But I said, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. And he said, you know what? You're very smart. He asked me, what else I'm trying to accomplish, in the next 10, 20 years of my life. And we began to talk. And he said, well, the main thing is for you to get a degree, the Navy is the way to go, because there's no college instructor flying out in the field with you while bullets are flying over the head trying to teach you anything. So as we began to chat, I said, yeah, you're right. So, and I went home, spoke it over with my parents, and told them I changed my mind, and I ended up joining the Navy.
What year was that?
It was 25 May 1999.
Jesus.
And
man.
I graduated. I graduated high school the 15th of May 1999, and I was trying to get on the first thing smoking out of Melbourne, Florida. So
Damn, but now you joined for school. Did you end up going to college and finish?
yes, I ended up finishing up with Southern Illinois University, Carbondale.
Yeah.
Got a 4-year degree. Got my degree in workforce education and development. So
Are you in work? And now you're in real estate.
yes, but a lot of those skills still actually correlates. The human resource side of it and everything, and dealing with the people, and so it's a lot of those skills still correlate and translate over quite nicely.
Do you still wake up early in the morning and like, man, I got to head to muster? You still do that?
No, I wake up early now to take my daughter to her muster at school. So yes.
But those were a good time, man. And
Yes.
I can tell you, I had the privilege to serve with a lot of good people, and you are one of them. And we spent a lot of time in Mayport, man. And you are a great support, because there are sometimes you just want to choke somebody for the way things go on, but you always was there and talk us out of it. You always laughing, smiling. Like, well, what are you laughing about, man? It's hard. But yeah.
There were many times.
Tell me, where were you stationed? Tell us, like, where were you stationed, and what was your favorite duty station?
Okay. I started out, of course, Great Lakes boot camp, and my first duty station was Norfolk on board USS Nassau LHA 4. From there, I went to Yokosuka, Japan.
Okay.
And from there to Atsugi. And after Atsugi, I went to San Diego, USS Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
And then 32nd Street at Fleet Logistics Center, San Diego. And then from there, IA to Afghanistan. And then the Sullivans. And then cross-decked over to the Iwo Jima. and then from there to Mayport,
Jesus, man. You've been everywhere.
Mayport Clinic. Yes.
You've been everywhere.
And my favorite place was yes, and my favorite place was actually on board the ships, the Reagan and the Nassau, because I enjoyed the traveling and seeing the world. You know, which is one of the biggest things while I joined the Navy.
But is it funny?
One of the things me and the recruiter talked about back then. So
you know what's funny? The funny thing is, well, when I was in the ship, I was in the front cable, and I hated it. But when I left the ship,
oh yeah,
I miss it because that was the best time, man. You know, but when you're on board, you're just like, man, this is the worst.
Oh yeah, it's rough when you're going through it.
When you're going through it.
When you in the midst of the fire, it's so fun.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: you end up in the wheel steer world. What happened? Why you decided to go that route?
Well, actually, my Uncle Junior had an influence on me on that for early age, since even before high school. I remember just riding around with him, checking out his properties with him and my Aunt Lena Mae. I hope I said her name right. She'd kill me if I didn't.
I'm terrible with names.
And then, yes, but she's my auntie, so I should know better.
You better remember your auntie name, well.
I know, Lena Mae. But in talking with him and checking on his properties, it just had an effect on me and influenced me to go that route. So that's why I started actually before I retired from the Navy. I started back in 2015. So and I think that's what he had that influence on me and why I decided to go the real estate route.
Now, for our brothers and sisters probably watching right here, I'm talking about vets, would you advise them to go that route? Like if they like on the fence, they don't know what they want to do, you know, I just got out and I'm not sure, you know, would you advise them to go that route?
The first thing I would advise them to do is take a little time. Take a little time off and enjoy some of that time that you gave the Navy. You know, spend some time with your family and friends that you probably haven't seen in a while. And then decide what you want to do. One of the reasons I decided on real estate is because of the flexibility that it allows you to have. So if you want flexibility, I would recommend real estate, even though you do have to, you kind of get out what you put into it. You know, you do have to promote yourself. You have to get out and meet people because as my instructor teaches us in class, is that real estate is a contact sport, as he likes to say. You know, you have to be willing to get out there and meet people and talk with people and help people through this process, because the home buying process is long but easy.
So do you have now? Is there certain skills you need to have? Do you have to be like an extrovert or introvert to be
well, you definitely got to be a people person. So you can't be a introvert, because if that's the case, you're not gonna like real estate. You got to definitely be a people person.
Well, let me say first, congratulations as well, man, because you were like Jacksonville, what is it, agent of the year or something like that? What was it?
Fastest growing agent. That was from the Whole Staff Pro. They gave me that award. They do it on a large scale of all the real estates in the United States of America, and I was blessed to be one of the fastest growing. I guess my volume from last year to this year increased dramatically, and that's because I've been retired for a year, so I have a lot more time to dedicate to it. So, yeah.
You are in Jacksonville, so the good thing is there's a lot of sailors in Jacksonville. Now, I'm sure you know for us how difficult it is, because when I was active duty, I was trying to buy a house. And you don't have the time to dedicate to really go out and do what you need to do. And sometimes you contact like USA or Navy Federal. They should pay me for saying this, but you contact them and they'll put you in touch with an agent who deal with military. But I found out like 50% of the time, those people have no military background. Now it's good; they can try to understand what we go through, but with you, it's different, because you know what it's like to be at sea. You know what it's like. No, you're not going home at 4 o'clock. Matter of fact, you don't know when you're gonna go home. Okay, so is that part, that military background, make it easier for you to communicate with those guys who serve over there in Jacksonville?
Yes, it definitely is. And I would say this about the agents that they assign, and I've actually taken agents, well, not taken agents, I mean clients from them.
Yeah.
I've actually had clients come over to me because they pay those agents, and those agents actually know that since they have to use them in order to get paid, because the Navy Federal or USA will pay sailors to use their agents. And when that happens, these agents know that, and I'm not going to say that they all don't care,
yeah,
but some of them just don't do a good job and just don't have that understanding that sometimes that these schedules changes, and that military background, they just know that, well, this sailor is getting paid to use me. He has to use me if he wants that money from USA or Navy Federal. And I probably shouldn't put that out there like that, but it is true. And I've actually gotten buyers and sellers or clients from them because they just weren't doing a great job with those sailors, and they just rather use somebody who actually care and understands them.
Yeah, man, I can tell you, man. I remember my process when I was first buying my first home, and I bought it like right before the crash, like around 2008, 2009. Man, I could have made a better deal, because sometimes as active duty, you don't know with that V alone what kind of power you hold, and you don't use that in your advantage because you just don't know. Especially I was not that young sailor, but I was young, but being able, like, if I had somebody like you who know exactly what to do and to help me find the stuff that I need, it would have been a different story. But unfortunately, we don't get that sometimes. And can you tell, like, the people gonna watch this video, and especially those folks who's in Jacksonville, I put your Instagram handle under your name. They can contact you that way. But what other avenues do they have to contact you, like a phone number or email and stuff like that?
Yes, you can reach out to me at Cornelius, which is Cornelius .Burr BURR at yahoo.com. That's my email address. Or you could call me at 904-735-8377. And my phone is always available, especially for veterans. I have no working hours. I've worked with clients from Japan to Hawaii to Europe. I mean, all over the world. They call me at all times of the hour. It drives my wife crazy. But
she thought you still active duty.
Yes. But I just get up and I take the call and come on down here to the office and help them, because I understand what they're going through. If you're a real estate agent, if you got working hours, then you're not going to be successful. These vets, they are overseas a lot of the time, and they're calling from ships. They're calling from deployments, Afghanistan, and they're looking to purchase homes, and somebody has to answer that phone call for them.
Exactly.
And I'm willing to answer that call. So
exactly, man. I appreciate that, man, because that's probably the part. It's very important. Have somebody who understands you, like, hey, I'm overseas. I'm sorry that it's midnight or 2 o'clock where you're at.
Yes.
It's like noon where I'm at, and I'm at my lunch break. So I need to talk to you.
Yes, they're on their lunch break.
Yeah. So I need to talk to you, man. So that's
Mhm.
very important. But since you fresh, like when you retired, you said 2019. No, you 2020, huh?
20.
Yeah. So you retired
31,
January, and it was it in January you retired? Oh man, it looked like I lost you. Can you hear me? Hold on, Burr. Let me see.
hello?
Yeah, you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Okay, yep, there you are. I'm sorry, I
Okay.
lost you there for a moment.
All right. Sorry about that.
Yes, I hear you.
Okay. Like when you retired, man, that's when COVID hit big time, right? You just got out, and then we had COVID. And
Yes.
how was that experience, bro? Was it scary?
The
Because you
COVID
just
was,
retired and you can't even go on vacation.
yes, exactly. And it's funny, because the first thing that we had planned was a family cruise,
Yeah.
and the COVID hit, and we had to cancel it. And it was going to be my wife, and we were looking forward to it. And I had other plans with other friends of going to Vegas, New Orleans, and Atlanta. And when COVID hit, we had to cancel everything, and we had to go on lockdown, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're trying to get everything back on, and we're slowly getting back to normal. But in the real estate world, it worked out pretty good because rates went low, and
Yeah.
people were buying. So
that was
but
a good move. That was a good
yes,
move. And what some advice do you have for like somebody who's watching right now who's about to retire or who's about to separate from the Navy? From your experience, from what you've been through, what's the biggest advice you can give them?
to start early. If you know you're getting ready to retire, hopefully you already know what you want to do. And if you don't, then that's fine too, because you still got time. But start early. That last year, I would say start being a little bit selfish. I hate to say that because sometimes, obviously when you're retiring, you're up in rank and you have people who are depending on you. You got junior sailors.
Yeah.
You have, if or maybe if you're a chief, you have officers, junior officers who are dependent on you. People up and down the chain of command. But that last year, I would advise start being a little selfish, and because once you take that uniform off for the final time, nobody is going to be there for you, so to speak. We're going to always have friendship and everything.
Yeah.
But but you need to start getting your life together at about a year out, and start whatever it is you want to do after the Navy. Start working on certifications and anything that you want to do, and especially start going through the VA process.
Yeah.
About a year out.
I
Start your
I think that's the most
medical
important
claims.
thing. Now,
Yes, that is. I would agree.
yeah, the brother that I served with, Cedric. I don't know if you know Cedric. You know Cedric. He was the
Cedric Gaines.
Yeah, Gaines. So I know
Mhm.
Cedric way back in Jacksonville, when I think we were second classes or something. But
Okay.
he posted something the other day where he said, I forget what did he say, but I don't remember it word for word. But it's basically say, if you're hurt, you need to go to medical. And that's sometimes there's two categories of us who refuse to do that. It's when you make chief because you think you're invincible. You don't go to medical anymore, even when you're in pain and you're suffering. Okay, and then you have corpsmen. Corpsmen are the worst because we're not gonna go to medical. I just see my body IDC. Hey man, I got this and this, and they see you, they treat you, which is good. But what happened? That documentation is absent.
Yes.
And as a result, you know what they say: if it's not on paper, it never happened.
Didn't happen.
Okay.
Yep, didn't happen.
So now you're looking at 10 years later, 15 years later, and you can't prove it, which is make it difficult for the people at the VA who's evaluating your claims to decide on it. So I think it's very important, like you say, man. I mean, that process starts when you get hurt. You know,
Yes.
if you're in pain, if you hurt, whatever what it is, you need to get up and go to medical. Because if you don't, you know, it never happened. Yeah. And
Exactly.
the second group, man, like I say, is us, chiefs. I mean, we won't go, we just stay in pain. No, don't do that.
Especially as chief petty officers, we
Yeah.
definitely need to go, because you're definitely at that tail end of your career, or getting close.
Yeah, you know.
I know that there are some chiefs out there that make it in 7 years.
Yeah, they do.
A while to go, but
I know.
you know.
And it's not only chiefs, man. We got a lot of first classes in the same category. We have a lot of officers in the same category. I serve with a lot of doctors. You're talking about worse? Those guys are worse. You know, who doesn't get the paperwork. I mean, they still get treated and they still get the resolution they needed. But however, when it comes to the paperwork, if you don't have that 600, they can't help you. And that was my experience when I got out. You know, and the amount of paperwork the VA asks for, the amount of visit, you know, it's just a lot. Yeah, it's just a lot.
Yeah.
And sometimes we forget about that, man. And what was the other thing? You say you do home inspection as well?
Yes, I got the home inspection license, and I went and got that license is because of an experience that I had with a customer, a client of mine, and I wanted to make myself more valuable to my clients. So,
Marsh. You remember Stephanie Marsh?
Yeah.
She's on the
Yes,
line.
yes.
Just saying
Hey,
hi
Stephanie.
to her.
Yeah,
go
I
ahead.
said hi. And but yes, and I got it so I can make myself more valuable to my potential buyers and sellers. You know, that way, you know, when I tell them something, I have something to reference to, and I have a certification to stand on.
Oh, so are you actively doing it, or you doing it like just to complement your real estate license? Basically,
Yes,
so
just
you
to
can have the
complement the
knowledge,
license.
so you can
Yes.
explain it to your. That's a smart move, man. So now you
Yes.
not only you understand the process, but when they go to the inspection and you're present with your client, you're able to dissect what's going on to them.
Yes.
Oh man, you're killing the game. Well, you're killing the game.
Yeah. Just trying to make myself valuable, and you know, because long term, when I start my Burr Homes, I want to be the best of the best. You know, you're competing with the large companies, the R. Hortons, the Lennar, Dreamfinders. You're competing with a lot of big name builders out there.
Yeah.
So
the goal is to have yours, like your own company, so you'll be able to compete with all of those guys.
Yes, that's correct. That's the long-term goal and the short-term goal.
Man, so when that gonna happen, man?
Well, I got the logo and I got the LLC, and I'm now just in the process of doing the business plan, and I have small investors who's ready to start, but I got to get a few more things buttoned up, and then I'll be ready.
What do you mean by what you call it? Small investors. What?
Like local family members and friends, local family and friends. I don't have a large bank backing right now. That's where the business plan is going to have to come into play. Private investors.
Okay, because I'm like, okay, yeah, how much do you need to get in? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, you'll be a large investor. You know I can come to you and present the business plan and get everything I need.
No, but I'm a small investor. You know, how much do you need? So we can get there, man. So I can making noise with my laptop right here. I'm sorry, but yeah. And there was another thing you part of. You say real estate. You do the home inspections, and there was something else.
Yes, I have notary license as well. So.
Damn. So they just come to you if you can. But hold on. can you notarize your client loan?
Conflict of interest. If it's one of my buyers or sellers, that's a conflict of interest. But I could close out somebody else's transactions.
Oh, okay. Now I got it, because I was like, oh man, okay. So,
and it's the same. It's the same with the inspection thing. Though I can do an unofficial inspection, they still have to get an official inspector to inspect the property too. I can't inspect one of my buyers or sellers' property and call it official inspection, because that's a conflict of interest as well.
Okay. All right, man. I'm learning a lot from you. So what's the process like for somebody who say, you know what, I want to do what Burr's doing, man. I want to be a realtor. A realtor. So what is the process?
Yes. So I went to a school called Florida Real Estate Institute. It's here in Orange Park. I took an in-house class. It was 7 straight days to include Saturday and Sunday, and the class was from 8 in the morning to 5 at night, and it is 8 in the morning to 5 at night. They keep you. There's no early days like military training, but and it is 7 straight days. And it is to include Saturday, Sundays from 8 a.m. to 5. And it costs $395 now to take the class. Once you take and pass the class, you will get a certificate, ticket to take the state exam. And you can take the state exam as soon as you get that ticket from your class to take it and pass it. And as soon as you pass it, the examiner will actually print out you a temporary license right there on the spot, so you can literally walk out of the test site and go close on it, do a real estate transaction.
Wow. Now, do you have to work for somebody, or you can work for yourself?
Yes. You for a realtor, you first 2 years. It depends on your goals. I would say if your goal is to become a broker someday, you have to work 2 years under a broker, and then after those 2 years, then you can get your own broker license and open up a brokerage.
Okay.
But as a realtor, you can be part of a LLC and not have to work for a brokerage.
Okay. That's pretty cool, man. That's a lot of stuff that we talk about this afternoon, man. And like I said, bro, and I appreciate that you take the time. I know how busy you are and how difficult it could be. And
happy to be here.
Sit down and talk to us. So I wanted to see if I can find your page and show the people your page, because looking, that's you right there, isn't it?
Yes, that's me.
So,
I grew a little hair since then. But that is me.
Well, that's when they used to make you shave, you know. Well, I don't miss this at all, man. Those buttons, pimples everywhere in your face, man. But man, I don't miss it. So this right here is all of the service you provided, right? From single family home, condos, commercials, multi-family housing, condo. So you do land too?
Yes. If there's land and you are looking to purchase it, yes, as well. Other things that real estate can do is sell businesses. Once you get a license, you can actually help someone sell their business as well. Not like just the actual building, but their business.
Okay. Nice. Bro, you're killing the game, bro. I'm glad you come here, man. You give us a lot of information, and I hope those information will be able to help somebody. And what we'll do after this, we'll edit the live and add your contact information, your link, your Facebook, your Instagram and stuff. So if some of our brothers and sisters who's listening want to get in touch with you, maybe to buy a house or maybe just to get some advice on how to study for the real estate license, I'm sure they will reach out to you, man. And
I appreciate it.
Other than that, man, it was a good time chilling with you. Remind us like the good old days. Remember,
Yes.
sit down in that chief mess and just exchanging ideas and try to figure out how to make things work. And it looks like you're doing good. Gosh, man, you're doing great. You need to say it, man. You're doing great, doing your own thing, and keep it up, man. Make sure you say hi to the family, bro, and tell them I say hello, and say hello to everybody, man. But I'm gonna let you give the last word. We're gonna put the big screen on you and let you give your information, let you give some advice, and hopefully some of those young sailors, young military folks, retired military folks who's looking for ideas, you'll be able to help them with that. So here it is. You got the last word.
Okay. My name is Cornelius Burr. I'm actually with Florida Homes Realty and Mortgage. And if you are in the process of or thinking about buying a house, no matter if it's here in the state of Florida or anywhere in the United States, you can reach out to me, and I'll be love to go over the home buying process with you. But in a nutshell, the home buying process starts with a pre-approval from your lender. And then after you get a pre-approval, select the house that you want. Your realtor will help you with that. And after that, you get a home inspection. After your home inspection, make sure the appraisal happens. That way, if the appraisal comes back low, you can readjust your price or get out of the contract, or stay put if the appraisal stays high. And then after the appraisal, you'll be good to go for closing. But if you have any questions or concern about the home buying process, I can be reached anytime at 904-735-8377. I'd love to help, especially our veterans, because I'm one myself. So.
All right, man. Man, thank you. And man, have a good day. Everybody was watching. Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate you take the time to watch this. If you're going to watch it after, please let us know you did. Leave us a comment, leave us a like. And if you're a veteran, want to come in the program, want to be part of this show, let us know. You can just message us and we'll put you on. We'll talk to you and see what you've been up to and keep that line of communication open. Brother, have a good night, and I appreciate it. All right. See you later, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.